Hello everyone, welcome. Welcome. Thank you for joining me on another tarot reading. My name is Ahorangi Starchild, and this reading is for everyone in separation asking, is my person coming back? Yes or no? We're going to have a look into your situation. Just to let you know that because this is a general reading, this reading will not resonate with everyone. I will have a look into your person's situation. I will have a look into your side of the situation. So if the storyline doesn't fit, don't try and make it fit, then this reading isn't for you. Welcome to my soul tribe. Thank you for joining me on this beautiful journey of light and love and healing. If you're a new viewer, please be sure to click like. If you like this video, please be sure to subscribe if you like my style. And give me feedback on this reading if it resonates with you. I must apologize for being quiet. I haven't been doing a lot of picker cards and that sort of thing. I've been going through a little bit of a rough patch energetically, so I'm sure to take time out and take care of myself. And that's why I've been quiet, as I've been doing some R&R, and I will read as I feel the energies, coming in for me. Okay, so I just want to get more light in here, a little bit more light. I think open my curtain a bit. I love the natural light. Okay, so this is for people in separation. Whether you left or your partner left or your boyfriend or girlfriend left, I don't know. We'll see what the story is. One more shuffle, then I will be ready. Below my video there are links where you can click for readings. There's a donation button. I'll also list the decks that I'm using. So this is my Aracanum tarot. So we have the Eight of Wands. I feel like for some of you, if you're on separation, that you've been trying to communicate with your person, that you would have sent out messages to this person. I get this maybe as fairly recent, reaching out, sending messages, in the mood for communication, keeping contacts, and keeping the communication lines open. But I also feel like if there has been communication, that sometimes it feels like you have to read between the lines. And I feel like also if you have been in communication, that there's a lot of short messages. But I feel like your focus is on to keep that momentum going, to keep the lines of communication open. On a heart level, you wish for reunion, but I feel like, with the Three of Cups, it could also be a feeling of deception, because the Three of Cups is about a third party situation. It could potentially be a third party involved, but I feel also that if there is a third person involved, that the viewer would feel like they are still ready to reunite with their person should their person decide to return. In the way of action, I feel like the viewer is juggling their day-to-day schedule. They're trying to keep busy to distract themselves, trying to keep busy, um, and trying to keep their equilibrium as well. I feel like on heart level, because they feel like they're keeping all the lines of communication open, still hoping for a reunion. But I feel like because of the waiting, because things are so unsure, because we have an 8, a 3, and a 2, there's nothing concrete here. So I feel like in the day-to-day schedule that the viewer is keeping themselves busy, maybe even took on extra responsibility, juggling an extra project, or a creative project on the side, or taking on extra responsibility at work that fills up their schedule to keep them occupied. Um, so I kind of also feel like it's trying to keep the balance, on heart level, because I kind of see how this limnisc is, crossing over the heart chakra there. So I feel like almost by keeping yourself busy during the day, you're distracting yourself from the emotional loss that could have potentially taken place. But in on the other side, this could be if your person was involved in a third party situation, that your person, if they are communicating still with you while they're still with another person, they're juggling you and this other person that they are with through still communicating with you. Okay, so they haven't totally moved on from you either, even though they are with another person. If this is reversed, but generally, this to me is the viewer's side. Okay, so just put it where it fits. Your person is someone who is they speak their mind. If you're in communication and they are talking to you, I feel like they are speaking their mind frankly. They are being very honest about the approach, but they also realize that they left this connection with you for a reason. The Queen of Swords is someone who cuts things out that doesn't serve her. She's the one who generally walks away, who gets rid of people, situations, and things that she feels on an intellectual level doesn't vibe with her, doesn't fit in with her, doesn't how do I say it, makes sense to her for sticking with something. Okay, she has an intellectual approach. She's taken time to think about moving on and leaving this relationship. So this Queen of Swords could be a masculine person, just put it where it fits. Maybe this is you trying to analyze the situation, trying to express your truth, speak your mind frankly, wanting to be brutal, honest, and not be ruled by your emotions. I feel like the Queen of Swords is also someone who she cuts through BS. So I feel if anyone is juggling two people or there's a third party situation involved, that maybe the reason why this connection came to an end was because someone was just not willing to be the third party, wasn't willing to play the part of the other woman or the other person in a connection, and so decided to end the situation by cutting out, that third party situation. So I feel like someone walked away because this Queen of Swords is very much someone who can just call it quits and say, this is not my style, this is not fair, this is not right, I'm walking away. Okay, but this could also be the other party. So once again, put it where it fits. We have the Empress. So I feel like on emotional level, even though it might have hurt a whole lot to speak frankly, speak the truth, call it out, say it what it is, and even speak your truth, however difficult it was. That I feel like this feminine person, and I feel now that this side is the feminine dominant energy. Okay, so I read for non-specific gender. So if you are the feminine dominant person in this connection, I felt like you are a very mature person. The person who walked away is very mature emotionally. The Empress is all the queens rolled into one, but we have the Queen of Swords ruling here. So this Empress is a woman who is self sufficient, independent. She does not need a partner to make her feel complete in life in the way of romance. but she feels a need to speak a truth. She feels a need to be authentic at a heart level. She's very mature, where I feel like the person who is still trying to juggle, who's still trying to communicate, is the person who has a third party situation going on, um, that this queen knows that no good can come from staying in this situation. So if the viewer is the one who was, hoping to continue a third party situation, I would almost say that the person that you are hoping to come back has totally outgrown you. They want to move on. They want what's best for them. They want to stay within their values. They want to do the right thing, say the right thing. Also, when you communicate with this Queen of Swords, she doesn't want any long stories. She wants it short, she wants it simple, straight to the point, and she wants the truth above all else. Okay. But I feel on heart level that, this is still, this is ruled by Taurus, Cancer, Moon, Venus energy, and we have the Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy here. So this is both on heart level. Okay, so I feel like there's still very much emotion here. I do feel like maybe the viewer, if someone did do the dirty and was cheating, I don't see any cheating cards here per se. But if there was a third person involved, I feel like the person who did stray would be the one who is desiring a reunion. The Queen of Swords, however, is going to be someone who is you're going to need the truth to try and convince this person to give you a second chance if you are the one, who was involved in a third party situation. So once again, we have the Queen of Swords and we have Justice here. I feel like the one person in this situation is one that feels that they've been done wrong and that they are looking for justice. They are weighing all the pros and cons concerning this relationship. I feel like if everything is still hanging in limbo and you're not quite sure whether your person is going to come back to you, whether they even listen to you, especially if you've messaged them and they haven't responded to you, then I feel by October you will get a response from this person. Whether this is a very short message, just to let you know where they are at, but I feel like they're weighing all the pros and cons concerning this relationship and how this relationship had come to this point where the two of you are going your separate ways. I feel like this Queen of Swords is quite happy with where she is at the moment. I feel like she's looking to the future. She's really, you know, working on her own abundance, still standing in her own dependence. She doesn't need anyone, and so she basically has everything she needs, and she's looking for justice as well. She's looking for a fair outcome concerning this. And what I see is with the just put this where this fit, where this is the viewer or your person, that there's this juggling thing going on. Someone is looking to find their equilibrium with money, because this card is ruled by Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Someone is trying to find the equilibrium concerning their finances and their resources, trying to keep their balance. And then there is, the other person who is attending to legal matters. So maybe there is some financial situations that needs to be worked out concerning this separation that you find yourself in. We have the moon, so I feel like there's definitely emotional distance. There is secrecy. Not everything is out in the open concerning this connection. There is a lot of emotion here, deep emotions. There could potentially be fears, but the moon also illuminates. So I feel like if you haven't been if you've been unsure about whether your person is coming back to you or not, and it's causing you maybe sleepless nights or fears, and um, just like deep kind of emotions that you can't explain, maybe a deep grief, depression, emotional loss, maybe, but also about tuning into your vibes. Maybe you can get a certain intuitive feeling when you tune into your gut concerning your person and where they are at. I feel like you intuitively know what it is that your person wants from you. In this separation, you might even dream of this person, whether you are the one who walked away or your person is the one who walked away. I feel like there's a lot of activity in the dream time concerning this connection. And I also feel like with this new moon, we had the new moon a couple nights ago, a new moon in Virgo, so we'll have the full moon in Pisces, and this card is ruled by Cancer, but it could also be, Pisces. I get a little bit of a Piscean feel to this as well. So if you, there might be some more information coming to you with the full moon concerning, your relationship. Maybe there is documentation that needs to be filled out by the full moon in Pisces. Maybe this Queen of Swords could be Cancerian. I feel like maybe you're dealing with a Cancer. You could be dealing with a Cancer, a Libra, a Taurus type energy, maybe even a Gemini, Aquarius kind of feel to this. Okay, Scorpio maybe with this, because you get these crustaceans that come out of the water. So, and the moon is a very deep card, so it could potentially be Scorpio, a little bit of Scorpio in there, even though there's not Scorpio cards. It kind of feels Scorpionic as well, that depth that comes with it. So I feel like there's secrets here. Not everything is out in the open, but some information is soon to be revealed, especially with this Eight of Wands. I feel like maybe there's a delay in communication, like you're sending out the messages, but you're not receiving anything back. And with this Queen of Swords facing the other way, facing away from a person, maybe not open to communicate yet. This Empress is also facing away from her person. And then we have the Justice with the blindfold on, which is someone who is just, they're trying to stay neutral in this whole situation. We have the Nine of Pentacles. So Nine of Pentacles is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. This is a single person. So I feel like with this relationship that had, ended up with the two of you separated, that someone might be thinking of themselves as single, like they have moved on. This person, it could be a feminine person that has moved on, who considers herself single. But it could also be a masculine, so this is about being independent, and she falls in line. So what I see here is we have this Nine of Pentacles that's falling in line with the Empress, and then sitting right next to this Three of Cups. So I feel like, there's a lot of women here. We have the Queen of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, and the Empress. So I kind of feel like there could be three people involved here, three women. So yeah, three. So it actually could have been someone who's actually keeping all these relationship secrets, still trying to juggle things. But the truth is coming out. Okay, we have Libra here and we have the moon there. So I feel like the truth is going to come out. If someone has been dishonest here and they've been lying and manipulating and not playing the game out in the open, I feel like with the full moon in Pisces, that the truth will be revealed concerning us. We have the King of Pentacles as our last card for this spread. So I feel like someone is very stable. King of Pentacles is someone who is focusing on themselves, someone who is focusing on their how they take care of themselves, their money, their career, their stability, their financial security. This is a person who's very mature, whether this is male, masculine, or feminine dominant. It's someone who's very mature and knows how to work with their resources. Even if this king was reversed, it's still about, just being very focused on yourself. But generally, I don't read reversal, so I feel like whatever decision is being made concerning it, I don't see anyone coming back. I do see two people who might end up single and very, strong and independent. I don't see any love cards here per se. I don't see anyone returning. I just see that if there's anything out that's not truthful and honest in this, that the truth will be revealed with this justice card, especially during October, because justice rules Libra, which is from the 21st of October till the 21st September till the 21st October. So I feel like that is when truth will be coming out. That is when you will have to sort out all the joint assets, the monetary issues that needs to be worked out on how you split everything, especially if it's a de facto partnership. I see someone ending up single. I see someone gaining clarity, especially if there hasn't been honesty in this. So the question was, is my person coming back? No, I feel like both parties here are, even though one is hoping for a reunion, this side is hoping for a reunion to get back together, but they don't have enough stability to lure this empress, back. The empress might feel like this person doesn't have enough stability and can't offer them the enough security to keep them. Okay, to have the empress, I feel like one person is, in their whole demure of their personality and their assets and how they organize their life and how they live their life is a lot more mature than the other party involved. Okay, so I feel like someone's going to end up single. Secrets are going to come out, and there's going to be stability. So this juggling is going to come to an end, because I feel like this person who keeps on juggling to distract themselves during the day, with two jobs, or someone who keeps wanting to juggle two people, who still wants to keep things alive by, trying to communicate and keep on sending messages. I feel like that is going to come to an end, because we have one person who's very stable and secure, and we have the Nine of Pentacles, which is a single person. I will draw us some cards from the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards, just to get some advice, on this connection. Because I do feel like it's over. I don't feel like you'll end up as enemies. You most probably will keep on, with the communication, but I feel like abundance. So I feel like one of the main reasons why there is a split in this um relationship is because maybe there was a bit of codependency, because one person was much more independent and financially well off, and maybe taking care of the other party involved, who is a person who keeps on juggling, maybe the person who doesn't take life seriously, who likes to party, who likes to travel and be about and move about. So the one person is very stable and the other person is not stable. The one person is mature and the other person is not so very mature. And I feel like money or assets could have been, codependency could have been an issue in this. And it says, the universe is pouring its abundance out to you. Be open to receive. So I feel this comes to this Empress here, that and she's cutting out someone who is really not her equal. Okay, so I feel like the decision for this Queen of Swords to move on is to create more balance in her life, so that wherever she invests herself, that she knows that, you know, she's not pouring herself down a bottomless pit, and that she can move forward in her own abundance and her own independence, rather than to take care of someone all the time who doesn't have the same values almost. Because we have this King of Pentacles, so Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo is all about values, okay? And with this abundance card, I feel like this is have to do with your personal prosperity, your personal abundance, your personal values. And sometimes when you go into a connection with someone, you know, everyone has something that they bring to the table in a relationship, but sometimes one person bring way more than the other person. And I feel like in this case, the one person had invested way more, and because they did, they were at a disadvantage while they were in this connection, and that is why they made the decision to move on, because they could clearly see that how they invested their time, their energy, their effort in something that wasn't going to give them a balanced return. Okay, and so they went into the mode where they weighed up, you know, all the efforts and how much they invest themselves and how much they get out of this connection, and therefore making the decision to cut it out and move on, because they just didn't feel abundant in this connection. And now that they have moved on, feeling like they are better off in many ways. So if you are the person who are left out, left behind, I feel like your person is moving on. Okay, they're moving on because they feel like energetically they feel more like themselves. They feel like they have better opportunity to create you know, an equal partnership, because there wasn't. And I feel like your person is single. Okay, I feel like the person that moved away, or the person that is attending to legal matters, the person who is mature and have everything that they need, don't need anyone to take care of them, that person is quite happy to stay single. The person who is still hoping for a reunion is the person who is unstable. Okay, is the person who had it good in this connection. So I kind of feel it like was an uneven trade. And with that moon card, I feel like maybe that went into this relationship with not having all, you know, all the pieces, all the information, and that there was a lot of misunderstandings and you know, in this connection where things weren't quite the way they thought it would be. Hence the reason for their decision to move on, because it felt like, how do I say it? That there was a lot of illusions. That's what I see. A lot of illusions concerning this connection. So we have keep an open mind. It says that your soulmate may differ from your usual type of expectation. So if you're the person waiting for your person to return to you, it is to say that maybe this person that you thought were your soulmate and the person that you were going to spend the rest of your life with, is maybe not the person that you had. That's, how do I say it? It's not the person that was meant for you in this way. Okay, so it's about keeping an open mind and not to shut down your options in the way that this was your one and only. I feel like whatever it is that you expected from a romantic connection, that you might have felt very confident in this connection, but maybe the your true life partner is someone who is totally different from the person who had walked away. If you are the one who got left behind, okay? I'll draw another card. So this is Doreen Virtue Romance Angels. It's also to say if you are open to meeting someone new, it's to expect someone who might have a cultural background difference, might be someone who looks different. You know, if you're into blondes, it might be a brunette person. If you're into, you know, if you don't terribly mind how tall or short they are, you know, just keep in mind that this person might speak a different language, you know, and that sort of thing. So it also says the next card is healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So, you know, I feel like, you know, our parents are our role models, and whatever happened in their marriage or, you know, in the connections that they had, their partners, sometimes it does influence us when we choose a romantic partner for ourselves. And so it is to keep in mind that, you know, whatever your parents did or experience in the way of, you know, their role models, as role models, that it doesn't have to influence you concerning your relationships, but it's also to have a really good look as to how your parents' marriage might have an influence on your relationships. Maybe one of your parents were codependent. Maybe you had a codependent mother who couldn't, you know, function without your father. Maybe it is someone who was very meek and mild, always, you know, very submissive. I don't know. You just put it where it fits. Have a look and see how your parents, how their relationship could have possibly influenced you to end up in this situation where you are now single and waiting and inquiring about your person. So from our magical unicorns, we have one step at a time. Lots of little steps make big dreams come true. So I do feel like this gives you a new opportunity to move forward in your life. This is an opportunity where you can start on a clean slate to move forward, especially if you've been waiting. You know, in this reading specifically, you know, I don't feel your person is coming back. And if you are struggling to move on from the situation, it's one step at a time, one little step at a time. I'm not going to tell you to let go. I'm not going to tell you to do anything. You can keep space for your person, especially if you still hurt deeply, and you know, you're feeling these deep emotions and maybe feeling a bit depressed because things in the connection didn't work out the way you envisioned it to be. But it's just one day at a time, one breath at a time, one step at a time. Okay, just stay in this moment. Don't think about tomorrow, and yesterday is gone. Okay, so I love this card. It's an absolute beautiful card for, you know, getting a little bit of forward momentum. I'll draw one more card. I do feel like, you know, in the long run, maybe later on, if you are single and you've been waiting for your person to come back, I don't feel like this person will come back, but I do feel like there will be a stable offer coming in for you in the way of another relationship that's stable and long term. But I do feel like there is there's healing needed for the person who has codependency issues, okay? Especially if one of the parents had codependency issues in their marriage. One more card. So there is another stable offer coming in, but I feel it's from a different person. Someone who's very loyal, very stable. Wish upon a star, make a wish and expect the very best. So I don't feel like this is the end of the road. I feel like this is just the beginning of a brand new chapter. This is like, don't let this be, your one and only. Don't let this be your last. Stay optimistic about your life. Keep on dreaming. Keep on having your visions. Know that you are a lovable person, whether you are the person who is being left behind, or whether you are the person who had moved on, watching if you're a cross watcher. So I do feel like there is, especially with this King of Pentacles coming in, if you're a masculine, there's a very stable offer coming into you from a very mature feminine person. But I feel like if you're the person who are left behind and you have codependency issues, this will be after the healing for these codependent issues had taken place, or um, not necessarily codependence, but whatever is going on in the family that's preventing you from having a happy, fulfilling a partnership or marriage or romantic relationship with someone. Okay, so there's some healing needed, but I feel like this is not the end of the road. This is just the beginning of a brand new chapter. So thank you for watching, everyone. I love reading for you. I hope this answered your question. No, your person isn't coming back, but it's the beginning of something new, something beautiful, something better. Thank you. Please give me feedback. I love reading for you. Light and love.